I read that the other day and I was just astonished about it. I mean, that's crazy because if if it was brought not only to Africa, not even Kenya, but to Africa alone, the graves that will be dug that same day, yeah,
the coffins business will be doing well.
Indeed, they would shut down because there would be no timber left. Yeah. Deforestation will be a thing.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Could you tell me the most famous lawyer to ever exist, not ever moved this earth?
Harvey Specter.
Who's the most famous lawyer of all time?
The most famous lawyer of all time?
Yes.
In Kenya or
No,
in the world?
In the world, yeah. In the world.
I would say Robert Kardashian.
Really?
Yes, I think after the Simpsons case, the O.J. Simpson's case, he really got on the map because he was part of the famous 5 team that defended O.J. Simpsons, and also taking into account the fame that the family has, the Kardashians. I think if you combine that with his legal clout, then I would say that he's the most famous lawyer, or at least one of them.
You don't have facts. Anyways, the most famous lawyer is Abraham Lincoln. You didn't know? Yeah, the 16th president of the USA. Yeah, he should. Yeah, he's the most famous lawyer. I think he passed his bar in 1836. Then after, he started working for his wife's cousin. Yeah. So you should check that out.
Definitely, that's something new I've learned.
And in Kenya, I think in Kenya, the most famous lawyer could be.
In Kenya, it could be subjective. It could depend on whom you ask. Someone could tell you Ahmed Nasir, senior counsel. Another person could tell you James Orengo, senior counsel.
Yes.
Another person could tell you Otiende Molo, senior counsel. So, but I would say Ahmed Nasir, senior counsel. At least if social media metrics are something to go by, I will give him that spot in Kenya.
You want to go for Agwins?
Most historical, probably, but when it comes to fame, I really doubt whether he will be on the list of the most famous lawyers in Kenya currently.
I didn't hear my very good friend and colleague, Mr. Dunstan Omari. He's nowhere in the picture.
He's definitely in the picture. He's very active and he's always engaged. So he's definitely in the picture of the most famous lawyers in Kenya.
All right.
Yes.
Let me tell you another fun fact that I learned just the other way. Did you know women can kill adulterous husbands? Not in Kenya though. Yeah. In Hong Kong, it's actually allowed for a woman to kill her husband who is adulterous, but then she has to do it with her own hands. I mean, I read that the other day and I was just astonished about it. I mean, that's crazy because if it was brought not only to Africa, not even Kenya, but to Africa alone, the graves that will be dug that same day, yeah,
the coffins business will be doing well.
Indeed, they would shut down because there would be no timber left. Yeah. Deforestation will be a thing. Anyways, yeah, let me catch you up on where we left off. Second term of the Kenya School of Law. I don't know, but I actually feel like it's the most, I wouldn't say agitated, but everybody's on their toes. I mean, that term is usually, I would say, work. You know how you get from work at 5 p.m. and you're just like, man, I've had a hell of a day. I mean, I feel like that was second term. I mean, before the term starts, you're literally already exhausted. I mean, mentally, physically, but you're just like, either way, you have to go through them. I think it's orals. Yeah, it's orals. Definitely, that's like the theme of the term. Not even the classes, but it's orals, yeah. Tell me about your oral experience, yeah, in a jiffy.
Okay, first of all, I will definitely agree with you that second term is definitely the most engaging term of the calendar year of the School of Law experience, because it is during that term that you have to complete and submit your project work, and immediately after you do that, the oral exams are waiting for you next. So students are very engaged, they're very, it's basically something that is very demanding, to say the least. So the students are usually put through a vigorous kind of experience. But on to orals, my personal experience for the orals exams. It was a good experience, I would say. The thing with oral exams, at least for me, you start preparing for it even before the week for the oral exams, or even before the day for the oral exams. You start preparing for it in advance. So how do you prepare? You not only have to prepare by reading and reading widely, that's very obvious because it's an exam like any other, but of course unique on its own in its own ways. But you also have to prepare how you're going to look, because one thing with oral exams is that your presentation, or how you present yourself, is actually part of the marks. So as an advocate, you usually have a dress code, which is for male students, suits. So for myself, I had to look for a good suit for the oral exams.
You don't say.
So weeks before the exams, I was wondering, where am I going to get a good suit, a winning suit?
Indeed.
And I didn't want to wear the normal suits that I wear every day to class. I wanted something special for the occasion. So the first exam, even before the oral exams, is where am I going to get a good suit? And that's where I was able to get in touch with someone who happened to...
I mentioned that someone. mentioned that someone. Wait.
I got in touch with someone who happened to be making custom-made suits. Not only custom-made, but custom-made to your budget, custom-made to your experience, custom-made to your size, custom-made to your personality, and custom-made to your liking. So I was like, wow, okay, so if there's someone who can get me a suit that encompasses all that, then I'll be confident heading into the oral exam. So this person happened to be named, I think he was called Oso, if I'm not wrong.
Indeed, somewhere about the...
Yeah, something
about
like, yeah, I trust I remember the name well, but I think he was called Oso. Probably Mito Oso or something, but...
Yeah, this suit guy, I did encounter with him, but...
Really? The same guy?
The budget, like there you said, and my budget and his budget...
They didn't match.
They weren't.
Yeah, but all in all, Oso here made for me a suit that I was going to do with my oral exams, and I was able to prepare for the exams confidently, knowing that I will look presentable for the exams. So that's that. Going into the exam itself, before the exam, the oral exam date, they release a timetable, and it is at this point that students start checking for their names, trying to see the list. Am I featured? Am I not? When am I supposed to do my exam? How much more time do I have to prepare, or is my paper next Monday? So then students start asking each other, when is yours, when is what? So the tension kind of starts building up, and it's at this point that everyone realizes that they are on their own, because it's different from project work, because in project work you will do it as a group, and your marks will be accounted for as a group. But a few weeks later, you are now in the oral exams. You are on your own, you'll be before the panel on your own, and you'll get the marks on your own. So it's kind of
shocking.
Exactly, a shocking experience, just transitioning from project work. But all in all, the list came out. I realized that I have 2 weeks to prepare for the exams.
Yours was a month. You were in the last week, was it? Yours was a month.
Fair enough. I had around 4 weeks before my exam, and first thing that came to mind, this a lot of time, and well, I originally stay in Mombasa, or I reside in Mombasa, so I only came to Nairobi for the Kenya School of Law studies. So it's
Like
like
my good friend.
these 4 weeks.
I have a friend, yeah, Joka Kama. Yeah, he always tells me, it's only the Kenya School of Law. Yeah, it's only the Kenya School of Law
That brought him to Nairobi.
I'm
Exactly.
Like, oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was the same with me. I had been studying in Mombasa, but I came to Nairobi for the Kenya School of Law. And once I realized I have around 4 weeks to prepare for that exam, first thing that came to mind, well, was not to prepare for the exam, but to travel home and blow off some steam from the oral exams, from the project work that we did, and then come back refreshed for the oral exams. So I did that, and when my day came, I faced a panel of 2 lecturers.
Not 4.
Not
They
4.
made it sound like you are 5 guys there.
No, it's just 2 lecturers. Nothing too fancy, nothing too scary.
There's nothing fancy about that.
Definitely not. So I faced a panel of 2 lecturers, and the thing I did, which I think was very important, I made it a point to know the lecturers who are on the panel even before I get to the panel. So by the time I was getting to the panel,
I think it was obvious. The first person, the first person that goes in, yeah, takes the others, and yeah, maybe if you didn't have your phone, you'd be blank. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like that was, that's a very good initiative. But then at the same time, you know, if in your mind you've been on conveyancing, reading conveyancing and commercial, then you get to learn that it's a probate lecture and a civil. That switch, man, that
it catches you off guard.
Yeah, it catches you off guard. Yeah, it catches you off guard. Yeah, so your lecture, the panelists you met, they were for what?
So I met 2 lecturers in the panel. One, Dr. Owino, and 2 was Miss Mounde. So Dr. Owino teaches professional ethics at the Kenya School of Law, and Miss Mounde teaches LPM, that is Legal Practice Management. So those were 2 units that I would say were friendly to me at that time, taking into account the level of preparation I had made. Like, of course you read for all units, but there's definitely a level to the kind of preparation that you've made for each unit. So professional ethics and LPM, once I realized those are the lecturers on the panel, I was like, this is good. At least I didn't meet a commercial transactions lecturer, a conveyancing lecturer, or some other unit where my level of preparation was not to the level that I would have expected. So I met them there, introduced myself, they asked me the questions, I answered the questions, and I ended up having a fulfilling experience.
Alright. Yeah. I don't want to even ask about your oral results.
Why not? Why not? Feel free.
No.
It's a free one.
No, for another day. For another day. I don't want to get shocking results. Anyways, I feel like yours was pretty smooth. Probably because even when you went in the last month, I don't know. You know, there's that. You were in the last few slots. There's that feeling. There's that urge where people are like, man, most lecturers are tired by then. They've over asked questions over and over. And well, mine, I think, as on the first week, second day. Yeah, we're really first week, second day. Yeah, it was on a Tuesday in the afternoon. But let me just give you a recap of how mine was. It was on a Tuesday, and I think I'd planned out my day very well. I'd say I'd prepped to the best of my capacity or knowledge. Yeah. By the time I was going in for orals, I was ready for whatever came at me. Yeah, this is all I told myself. I mean, this is the most I can do, and I'm going to face it, and whichever way it goes, I'm okay with it, you know. Yeah, there's when you read and study and you go out there and things don't come out your way, there's that feeling you're like you did what you could, you know. Yeah, and that keeps your head high, that keeps you up top, you know. But if you didn't read and you go and things don't come out your way, I mean, that's just on you, so you just have to walk it off, you know. Yeah, I remember my day, it was on a Tuesday. I think my mom was in the country. She had a flight at 11, so I'm just like, yeah, so I had to take her to the airport. So I planned out my day. We took her to the airport at around 11. Then at 12, I was already in school. Yeah, I was in the afternoon, but I was already in school, and as I think should be number 4, I was the 4th person in the afternoon. Yeah. So we go, we sit in Mutula Hall. I see everybody trying to, last minute touches. Now, me, that's not my style. Yeah, you walk in, it's not freestyle, but you walk in knowing that whatever you have is enough for you. Yeah, I met some few classmates. Yeah, I met Lenny, said hi, we spoke. Then what Putula Hall, then one of the supervisors comes, tells us to go to the waiting room. We go upstairs. Yeah, we just chilled. They come, they do the roll call. We just chilled. So when we were getting in, I saw some lecturers going to class. I was like, oh, there's a lecturer I was hoping for. I won't mention his name, but he's a trial lecturer. I saw the guy walking to the other section. I was just like, gosh, I was like, those guys. Yeah. So we sit in the first person gets in. But before the first person got in, we managed to see the panelists get in. Yeah, I'm just shocked. I'm like, gosh, it's LPM and conversing. Yeah, who taught you conversing?
Miss Lea Kigwata.
Conversing,
Yes.
And then LPM?
Mr. Jakech.
Yeah, Jakech, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Those were your panelists?
Yeah, I'm like LPM. And then, now most of the guys, I think we were only 2 that had been taught. Yeah, it was nice that the panelists we were facing were like our lecturers, and they were familiar with us. So I felt like there was some relief off your shoulder. Yeah. Then most of the guys who were in didn't know. I think some of them were like online guys, so they didn't know these lecturers. So just like.
So you're actually lucky to meet lecturers who teach you, while some of us are meeting lecturers whom you are, well, to be honest, seen for the first time.
You see, the same way they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, luck is an overstatement for meeting. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it luck. Yeah, so the first person went in, the second person went in. It was my turn. I walked in. I met these guys. They give me that eye. I give them the eye back. Yeah.
What eye?
It says that I was like, oh, it's you. I'm also like, it's you guys. We did before I actually settled down. The other panelist, yeah, she's telling the other panelist I should recuse myself. So she's like, this is my student. I know him very well, but we have other personal. Yeah, I'd say they're personal. Yeah. We have other personal engagements, so I think it's best fit if I recuse myself. So the other panelist is like, no, I think it's okay. Then they look up at me and they ask me, are you okay with her continuing? And I'm just like, deep down I was like, no, but then I was like, like at that moment I was like, if she recuses herself, that means you have to be in front of 2 panelists. So I was thinking, if she recuses herself, that means
they bring in another panelist.
Or if not, they might postpone. They'll tell me to come back. So I was just like, no, stay, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. So she's like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Let's get this thing on. So this LPM guy is asking me out of, let's just say, whatever was out of the course outline questions. I'm just like, keep on them, keep them coming, he asked me 5 questions, and these questions were like direct, They weren't these questions which you could use to buy time. Yeah, you could give them like stories and stuff.
Either you know or you don't know.
And if they ask you a question of like, give me 3 types of antiviruses, I can't, they've said give the 3 types,
There are no stories.
Yeah, you say Kaspersky, Avast, that's it. So we were just going, after the 5, it's like, man, I'm done with this guy. Passes me there. So the other lady, Miss Lea Kigwata, she's conversing, but to my shock, she started with Section 3.5. I'm like, come again. Section 3.5. What's she asked me for my opinion. Yeah, me I did just give her my opinion. Then she asked me about trial, examination in chief, cross examination. I'm like, okay. Yeah, then she's like, alright, let's go to conveyancing. She asked me about off plan. I'm like, yeah. Then out of the blue, she asked me, there's a question she asked me, and I think, I knew it, but whatever I told her at that point, it wasn't the actual thing. She was just like, really? I'm like, I know, but then she's like, really? And at that point, I'm like, I think I've answered enough. Let me just let this. I'm like, that's it. I'm not sure. So it's like that. If you don't know, you say a pass. Yeah.
So it's allowed to pass a question if you don't know the answer.
I wouldn't say it's allowed, man. Yeah, bite your mind. Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot here and there. Yeah. All the passes that, let's say, all the 2 passes that I got, it wasn't from me, it was from them, They asked me, I tried, then they're like, so is it a pass? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I had the energy to keep on going, but yeah, the alarm went off. I went out. I was like, at least, sometimes even though it's not the best experience, man, as long as you're done with it and you're out, though that will haunt you later when the results come in, so I get out, I pick up my phone, I call, I don't know, I can't remember, but yeah, I think I remember calling Stacy. Yeah, we spoke ABCD, then yeah, we left it off at that, and yeah, people broke off. I don't know. Did you guys have any? There were second term. There were internal games. Yeah.
Yes.
There were internal games. Yeah. Did you ever play that by any chance? There was that. There was chess, badminton. I think there was swimming. There was FIFA. Do you want us to get started with that? Yeah. Anyways, it was awesome. You played that?
Yes,
Who
I
was
played
the champion
that.
for that?
I can't remember
Thank you.
correctly, but
Thank you.
I played that.
You played FIFA?
Definitely.
Who was the best FIFA?
I also have no recollection, unfortunately.
I mean, there were a couple of things. Which other games were there?
Badminton, there was tennis, there was swimming.
Yeah. I think I remember bagging like 3 golden medals at
Do you have the medals with you here?
Yeah, with me here, no. No.
Then you
If
can't
next
see
time,
them.
No, next time I'll carry them. Next time I'll carry them. But man, second time, yeah. But we did have a party. I think, yeah. I mean, class E, in quotes, that was the class back then. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, after orals, we were just like, man, let's go blow some steam as a class. And those reunions, man, they were it for me. They were it, yeah. They were it. But yeah, to all the guys that will come after us, it's not a walk in the park. Honestly, I won't lie. It's not a walk in the park. Yeah, I think that was all for second term. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.